Today we will discuss about the fraud explained under the Companies Act 2013. The Companies Act 2013 first time introduced the explanation of fraud. As you are aware that number of frauds are going on in the Indian economy as well in the global economy. So the Companies Act explained the concept of fraud under section 447 of the said act. The Company Act says that the fraud in relation to an affairs of the company. It means the Companies Act only deals with the corporate frauds because the explanation given under the Companies Act is the fraud in relation to an affairs of the company, which includes what it includes? It includes an act, an omission, concealment of any information, abuse of position by any person with the connivance of any person, with the intention to deceive, to injure the stakeholders of the company, for or not for any wrongful gain or wrongful loss. Friends, an act. What is an act? When an idea coming into my mind is executed, that is called an act. For example, I am I have an idea that I will kill such and such person. Is it a crime? No. But once I shoot that person, means I have executed my idea. That is an act. So fraud includes an act. Next, fraud includes an omission of any act. Omission means we are bound to perform certain duties, but we didn't perform these duties. For example, in Satyam case, the Satyam, the promoter of the Satyam company, the B. Ramalinga Raju, he inflated the figures cash at bank in its financial statements, and the financial statements were audited by the auditors of the company. The auditors failed to perform their duties to check the balances with the bank statement, whatever shown under the at cash at bank in the financial statement. So it is the duty of the auditors, and they did not perform their duties. That is an omission. Concealment of any information. Concealment means not to disclose certain items. For example, a company is planning to come within a public issue. Every company which comes within a public issue is required to issue a prospectus so that the investors can know about the company. A company discloses in its prospectus that the company is a dividend paying company for the last 3 years. The investors decided to invest the money into that company on the basis of their assumption that since the company is paying dividend for the last 3 years, so it's a profit making company. But the promoters, with malevolent intention, didn't disclose from where they declare the dividend to its shareholders. That is the concealment of information. It is the duty of the company to disclose from which resources or which sources the dividend was declared. The abuse of position. What is the abuse of position? I am sitting on a particular position and I am not fulfilling my duties and responsibilities that are assigned with that chair. So that is called abuse of position. For example, a company purchases goods and assign the duty to a CFO or CS or purchase manager or any other officers of the company to check the invoices, to check the rates, to check the quantity, to check the quality, and if all the things are in order, then make the payment to the vendor. Since the company has given all the duties to one person, and if that person, without going into the details of the quantity, quality, rates, and issue the check to the vendor, that is abuse of position. So fraud, it is an act, an omission, concealment of information, abuse of position, by any person. Since the company, it is an artificial person. So the activities of the company is run by the natural persons. So the fraud is committed by the persons, either himself or herself or with the connivance of other persons. With an intention. There are two types of intention, mala fide intention as well as the bona fide intention. So if I am committing an act with a bona fide intention, that is called an error. But if I am performing an act with a mala fide intention, that is not an error, that is not fraud. So fraud, an act, an omission, concealment of information, abuse of position by any person, with connivance of any person, with an malified intention to deceive, means to cheat or to injure. To whom? To the stakeholders of the company. Who are the stakeholders of the company? Stakeholders are the shareholders of the company, investors, creditors, financiers, financial institutions, banks, government authorities. For what purposes? If I am cheating, for what purposes? Either for wrongful gain or wrongful loss. What is wrongful gain? I am not entitled for that money, but I earn that money. That is called wrongful gain. What is wrongful loss? I was not entitled. I was not supposed to incur that loss, but the loss was incurred. That is wrongful loss. So, dear friends, the Companies Act explains the concept of fraud under Section 447 by explaining that fraud in relation to an affairs of the company includes an act, an omission, a concealment of information, abuse of position by any person, with the connivance of any person, with malified intention to deceive, to injure the stakeholders of the company, or for wrongful gain or wrongful loss. So, this is fraud defined under the company.